Hi everybody. Well, a little while ago on Micah Scanlime's digital YouTube channel, she was playing with this VFD, vacuum fluorescent display, and that reminded me that I actually had one of these lying around. This is different from hers. Hers is a character display. This is a graphical display, and it's actually made by Noritake Itron, and this particular model, let's hope you can see, is the GU256X32D model. All right, so it's an especially interesting model because this particular one has the it has a microcontroller on board. Let's see if we can catch this on the camera. It has an 80 mega 32 on board, and that allows it to interface through this connector. Now this is a 10-pin connector, but I put a 5-pin connector on it because I only need 5. But basically, this allows you to interface with this display using UART, SPI, I2C, and even through a parallel port here. So he has a parallel port here. I think this connector here might be it might be for programming the MCU. So in any case, very interesting unit. So we're going to put this through its paces, and it runs off 5 volts. So we're going to try and feed that 5 volts to it, and we'll take a look at what this controller does. So we're going to put, this is the I guess this is where the plus 5 volts go, and this is where the I guess minus. Okay, so we're going to turn the power on. Let's hope we don't blow it. Nothing displayed, but you might have noticed, or you might not have noticed, there's actually a little button here. So I'm going to press that button, and let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, it's kind of hard to find. Where is that? Here. Okay, so you see that once the button comes on, there's a display. I'm going to turn off this light here so that, oh, look at that. So it goes into a test mode, right? So let me try and press that button again. Let's press it. It's actually quite hard to feel. Oh, where are we? Okay, so we have this display on. If I press the button and hold it down, I'm not getting it. Let me try this again. Press the button and hold it down. Come on. Not quite sure what's, well, it comes up with the display, but okay, maybe I need to turn this off and on again. Okay, let's try turn it on again. Okay, there you go. So what happens is every time I press the button, you can see that the it goes through the menu, right? So let's just take a look at what the comms allow. The comms menu, if you leave it alone for 2 seconds, that it will get selected, right? So it goes through all these different modes that you have. That's odd. It seems to be going through stuff on its own, but it's got serial, it's got parallel, so you don't want to leave it alone. So let's pick serial. Serial will give you options of UART, SPI, you know, and if it's this, you can select the buffer mode or packet mode or single. It's got a whole bunch of modes, right? And you can find that. So I'm going to leave it in buffer mode, and then I'll leave it alone. It will exit, right? I can put it in test mode, in which case it will go through a whole bunch of display options just like that. That's fully on, I think. And then the next one is dither, right? Might not be able to see it as clearly. I can see the wires here. I'm not sure if you can see that wire in the light, but you know, there are actually some heated wires. Okay, so this display, let me just get all the lights off. It's really quite bright. I noticed that there's a little bit of because of the scan rate of the camera, the shutter rate, shutter speed, you actually have some issues there. Okay, I'm going to leave this on. What we're going to do is I've actually put together a little circuit. Well, not really a circuit. I've connected it and written a bit of code for the ESP8266, and we will see if we can get this thing going. So I'm going to turn off the power to this thing, and I'm going to connect it using this little connector here. This thing should go this way. Now, this particular connector, you know, different pins will be used depending on the connection mode that you have selected, right? This display on its own with all everything lit up at full brightness draws about, I guess, about half an amp, right? Just a hair under 500 mA. So we're going to put this here, and there's a little circuit that I put together. It took a while to sort this out because the data sheet that I found online gave the wrong I2C address. All right, but let's see. It's quite a long, so just about 160 long. Let's turn this on. So now the it's making a connection. It's getting time of NTC, and there you go. So let me just turn this off. Let's see if we can get that going, and you can see that it's actually showing you the time and the seconds. So it has 3 different built-in fonts, I think. The first one is a proportional font, and then these 2 are larger and the normal sized fixed font, right? So I've actually written a bit of code so that I send this through. This, you can take a look at the PDF yourself. It's got some really interesting commands, but well, there you go. Just a quick display at the Noritake Itron GU256X32D, and the version that takes all these different interfaces is the K6108, and there's another version that doesn't have all these interface options, but there you go. VFD display, displaying time, and this is going to show up in a future video displaying something else more useful. Okay, we'll see you all.